All right, folks, we are live from the Cometplex on a Saturday morning where your Comets are going to take on some weekend action against the Anamosa Blue Raiders. Didn't get a chance to get here early to get your starting lineups, but if you're a fan and you tune in weekly, it's the same lineup and the same batting order. Except for one change, we've got Charlie Howard making her first varsity start this weekend on the mound. So, very anxious to see how Chuck does out there. Should be a pretty good day for softball. Not going to be too hot here this morning. I have no help in the broadcast booth, so just so everyone's aware, I am doing camera duty, I am doing the scoreboard, and get a broadcast. It's fantastic. I love it. Travis, if you're listening, tell Emily you got to run an errand for an hour. Get over here. Norm, do we know anything about Anamosa? Mid? They're mid. I'm getting their mid. So we'll see how this goes today. Comets have been struggling a little bit behind at the bat. Had trouble picking up the ball off the pitcher from Regina the other night, and then had trouble really getting the timing down of a slower JV pitcher making her varsity start. So interested to see how they respond here today. Charlie Howard with her first pitch. Rocks, fires. Going to be in there for a strike, a little bit low in the zone, but she went after it. So there's one strike. Charlie Howard starting off her career great. And Charlie's mom just checked in and said that they're tuning in because they can't be here today. Charlie fires. Ooh, check swing. That one's going to be just low and outside. Good stop by Kibbe behind the plate. Chuck gets the sign from coach. Sets in. Delivers. A little bit high up in the zone. Good eye by the batter. Again, folks, I apologize. I was late getting here, and I don't even have a lineup for Anamosa, so we'll get that fixed. Charlie sets in. A little more confident with that pitch. That's going to be drawn foul down the third base line. 2-2 is the count. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the first for the Blue Raiders. That one's going to get lifted foul. So we will go through the lineup real quick. So behind the dish is Jaylene Kibbe. We're pretty sure she was conceived and born and will always be. Charlie on the mound. Michaela Escobedo at first. Looks like we got Addie Bell in the traditional second base. Pearson at short. Kylie Collins at third. Brennan left. Sully in center. And Kylie Doffelt in right. That's up in the zone. Charlie's going to test her here with something off speed, I bet you. Full count on the first batter. I'd like nothing more than to hang up a K card right here for you, Charlie. Sets, fires, swing and a miss. That's going to be strike three. Great job, Charlie. Great pitch. And Charlie gets her first K of the day. I got a whole stack of these things, kid. Let's put them all up. Charlie fires. That one's going to get hit, lifted right to Addie Bell. Easy play over to first base. 2 away for your Comets in the top of the first. Softly hit ball. Kind of might have been a difficult play, but the senior in her experience slows it down, grabs it, makes a good toss over to Escobedo. Charlie delivers. That's going to catch that outside corner. That's going to be strike one. 2 away here in the top of the first. No balls, 1 strike. No score. Hopefully our bats are cooking today. That one's going to be a throwaway pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, as I was saying earlier, we just weren't able to pick up the ball off the Regina pitcher. talked about it with some fans and some parents. There was a little hitch in her delivery that might have thrown off the timing and the sight of everybody, but really could not jump out on a slower pitcher from Regina the other night. Difficult when you're used to seeing, high 50s, low 60s pitches coming in, than to go something to on the other side of that. That's really hard for them to catch up to. They finally did, obviously, in the 6th, but bats didn't start as hot as they should have. That one's going to get fouled. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Joined in the crow's nest by Norm, the lovely and talented Norm, and Toby Lehman, who's running the scoreboard. Didn't know Toby was going to be here today. Strike 3. Nice pitch. Charlie sets him down. Second K going on the board for the sophomore. That was fantastic. Way to start, Charlie. Good job, kid. Taught her everything she knows, folks. That's a joke. Had a conversation with Coach Hall after the game Thursday night. Travis and I were talking about who the player of the game was, and he was right. It was Kylie Daufelt. I was wrong. So congratulations, Travis. But I talked to Trish after the game and said, whoever was the player of the game is fine, but the play of the game was calling timeout, getting out there, talking to those girls, settling them down after 3 fielding errors in 2 innings. Everything changed. The bats came alive. We were a lot more crisp on the base paths, and we weren't rushing anything out in the field. Travis brought it up that it's really difficult to play a team that you played earlier in the week and that you spanked. They might have something to prove, and you might overlook them. So not something the Comets can do, but they're going to have the opportunity to do that quite a bit. You got any information on Anamosa? Because I didn't do any research. Do we got any? What's Anamosa's record? Do we know? No, me. Yeah. No research done this week on the Blue Raiders by anyone in the crow's nest. BC is going to start us off. Bryn Cassidy. Great hit last game, tailing one off into right field. See if she can start off same way. Bryn likes to pull the ball, for those that are watching, so looking for one to hit down the left side. There it is, right there. That's just foul. Just a little bit quick on there, but really like the attack. Bryn with the bubble braids, stepping in. I know bubble braids when I see them. I have a daughter. That one's going to get low. Ball 1. Norm just said he wants bubble braids. I don't know if we can do that or not. Now Norm wants implants. I just want everybody to be aware. We can start a GoFundMe. That's going to miss ball 2. I'll work on that between games today for you. Sets and delivers. Getting ripped down the foul line. Oh, she's all over it. She is just ready to rock and roll. I was just corrected by Bryn's mother, Amy. I have 2 daughters. That is correct. I do have 2 daughters. But one of them wears bubble braids. Here's the pitch. Oh, Bryn she waited on that. That was a changeup up in the zone. She started early, kept her bat back, and just fouled it off. Good job. Great at bat here for Cassidy. 2-2, no outs. Bottom of the 1st for the Comets. That one's going to be down. Full count. There's a pretty decent crowd out here today for being a Saturday. We see our normal or usuals suspects out in the outfield. I can't tell if Kelmo's out there. I'm sure she's somewhere. That's going to draw the walk. Leadoff walk for the Comets. Always a good sign to get a base runner on. Hall parents or Hall grandparents are checking in. Sully Hall up to bat. It's going to be a ball outside. Cassidy on the steal. Head first slide. Going to be in there. Throw just wasn't in time. A little bit off target. That's going to be a hit ball down to the first base. Going to be an easy play, but that's going to move Cassidy around. So one away for the Comets. Runner on third. Whoops. Here we go. Senior Pearson Hall up to bat. Got an RBI opportunity in scoring position. One away, bottom of the first. No score. Pearson lines up for a bunt. Bryn taking a steal, but that's a bad throw by the catcher. Ill-advised throw. That's going to allow Bryn to easily stroll home. 1-0 Comets in the bottom of the first. One ball, no strikes. Oh, no, one strike, no balls to Pearson Hall. They are probably going to try to pitch away from her. Rock and fire. That one's up in the zone. Pearson wanted that one, but just laid off it. Good eye. She's eager to hit. She wants something to hit. She wants to pull something down that right field line. She wants to hit something out of the park. Really bad. That's going to make a single. Pretty easy. Ripped it down the line right between first and second. And we got yet another runner on. Good job, Pearson.
Now coming up for the Comets is number 1, Kylie Collins.
Now batting Kylie Collins. Player of the game from Wednesday night, or co-player of the game from Wednesday night. Huge hit. Great base running. Squares up for a bunt. Pearson stealing, head first slide. Not a good throw yet again. A little bit late and a little bit off. Now we got a runner on second. RBI opportunity sitting out there for Kylie Collins, who has the ability to change a game. We've seen it so many times this year. One swing of the bat. Going to miss just a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dead center. Oh, going to foul that one away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like Mal Wolf is on deck. Pearson on second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away. Here's the pitch to Collins. Look good from here. Going to get called a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looked really good from here. How's the camera angle, folks? Am I doing a good job of multitasking? Let me know here. I think it's too wide. I'm going to try to do this a different way. That one's going to be foul, barely foul. Kylie's locked and loaded, ready to go. Here's the pitch. Inside. Gonna miss. Oh, no. That gets called a strike, but the other one doesn't? Wow. Okay. All right. 2 away for the Comets. That's unfortunate. Mal Wolf up to bat. Pitching well lately. Now let's see how that bat's working. It's going to miss a little bit low. Ball 1. Pearson still standing over there on second base, ready to come home. Just got to get the ball in play. Comets lead 1-0, bottom of the first, 2 away. That's going to get called strike and almost hit her. All right. All right, that's what we're dealing with today, folks. Travis says, just leave it like that. It's fine. And good morning to you too, sir. That's going to be a ball inside. Pearson's going to get over to third on the mishandled pitch. You know, Travis, if you're going to tell me what to do, just come down here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. I'm just kidding. I love you. I wish you were here. Here's the pitch. That's going to get called strike, and pretty sure reminiscent of my slow pitch days. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Got to pick it up early, Mal. Push it down to right field line and score Pearson. Get yourself on base. That's going to get lifted to the shortstop. She camps under it. That's going to be 3 outs. Comets score 1 in the bottom of the first.
Coming up in the top of the second for Anamosa, Heinrich and Marcus.
You know, I asked the JV girls to help Norm, and I had like 5 volunteers to be here for the second game. No one wanted to get up early on a Saturday. I don't understand.
It's not like it's way early.
No, it's certainly not early, especially for these kids that have to get up, go to volleyball lifting at 6 a.m. every day. Charlie Howard back on the mound. Spectacular first inning for the sophomore, affectionately known as Chuck, since she was like 7. Keep it up, kid. It's probably because Mom and Dad aren't here. That's probably why. No pressure on them.
Starting off for the Raiders is number 8, Lauren Hines.
Charlie steps in, ready to start her second inning of action here. Gonna just miss. It's gonna take me a bit to get used to this umpire's strike zone because it's unique. Bubble braids again. That's gonna be a good pitch in there for a strike. Nice job, Charlie. Froze her. Norm's getting really jealous of all these girls walking up here with bubble braids. Like, we're gonna have to do something about this, folks. Let's, as a community, let's get together and let's make this happen. Let's make dreams come true. Here's the pitch, fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Norm is over here fighting back tears because he's getting so emotional about this opportunity. He's feeling blessed right now, folks. Charlie sets, delivers, fouled back out of play. Good spot, good pitch. I'm going to look for something off speed inside here. I'm calling the inside corner. See where Jay sets up. Right down the middle. It's going to be up in the zone. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sit her down, Chuck. Here's the pitch. Hammered right to Pearson Hall. That's going to be an easy play. Well, not an easy play. Looks easy when Pearson's doing it. Certainly not something everyone can do. One away in the top of the second. The delivery from Howard is going to be just outside. That one's going to get lifted. That's going to be a tough play for anybody. Going to drop down there. First hit for the Red Raiders. They got a runner on first. Just kind of put that one right out in a position where no one could quite make the play. Britton certainly hustled in, just out of her reach. One on, one away. Top of the second. Be ball low. Not sure if anybody's going to test Jay today, but I'd like to see it. I'd like to see somebody try. Yeah, Lisbon certainly will. That's going to be a called strike. Inside corner, great pitch. Is Durant here also? So we get to see Durant. We don't get to play him. That's going to be tipped. Foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah. I'm not going to do a broadcast for anybody else's games today. I'll be doing the Lisbon game this afternoon. So make sure you got the link to that. It's on our Facebook page, but definitely going to sit around and watch Durant play. That one's going to be hit out to right field. That's going to drop in there. Got runners on first and second now for the Red Raiders. Still 1 away. Got a courtesy runner coming in. She's 25. 20. Some issues with the roster provided to the Crow's Nest today. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a called strike.
At the bat for the Raiders, number 17, Kendall Keel.
There's Kelmo. Just saw her walking by. Charlie sets, delivers. Chop down the line. That's going to be an easy play for Kylie Collins. 2 away. Still got runners on first and second, but now 2 outs for the Comets. Charlie pitching into a nice ground ball right to Kylie Collins that could easily get the force at third. It's a very nice day. I might go play golf today. That one's going to be just off the plate. It was a strike on Wednesday, but not on Saturday. Howard fires. That's going to catch the corner. Nice pitch, kid. Charlie worked a ton in the offseason. Her, Mallory, and Kylie were constantly in working on trying to hit different pitches. Charlie's main focus early this year was trying to hit her spots. And if Charlie Howard is hitting her spots, she is unhittable. 2 balls, 1 strike. Not a lot of experience at the varsity level for Charlie, but a lot at JV and a lot overall. That's going to be a swinging strike, too. Anamosa thought about testing Jay. She says, no, you will stay. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away in the second for the Blue Raiders. That one's going to be chopped. That's going to be right in front. Going to roll foul. That would have been a tough play had that not taken that last little hop. Wasn't a bunt, just came off the bat funny. Charlie pitches, swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 3. Another K put up on the board by Charlie Howard. I love it, kid. Keep it going. Nobody makes it home for the Blue Raiders. Comet still 1-0. Charlie gave up a couple hits there, but no harm done. Nice job, defense. Good job, Charlie, by getting to those ground balls, and another strikeout. That's 3 in 2 innings for the sophomore, junior to be. Just so Charlie knows, I have 24 of these, so we can keep going with those Ks. And they go all the way across the front of the crow's nest. And if we run out of room, Norm says he will hold them up. Toby's got to run the scoreboard, so he can't hold them up. He's busy. Toby will hold Norm's microphone. Addie Bell is going to be up for the Comets. Bottom of the second. I wouldn't say Addie's been in a slump. We just haven't seen a lot of good pitches. She's rearing her ready, though. Swings on the first pitch.
Way early, kid.
Very eager. Probably a little bit frustrated after the last couple games, but got to stay in the moment, kid. You'll be fine. The Addie Bell cheer as she lifts one right out to left field. Just hits it right to her. Good contact. Great swing. Just, that's softball. Freshman Kylie Doffelt, player of the game from Thursday. Kid was on fire. Probably the hottest bat on the team as of the last week. Ooh, inside, almost hit her. Ball 1. One-0 pitch to the freshman. That's going to get away. 2 balls, no strikes. Is the concession stand open? Because I'm pretty hungry. Here's the pitch. It's going to miss. Ooh, going to get called strike up in the zone. A little difficult to lay off that pitch, but Kylie thought it was too high. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's going to be low, get away. 3-1. Payoff pitch. Ooh. Thought about it, hesitated, didn't pull the trigger, got rung up for strike 2. Full count to Kylie Doffelt. That one's just hammered out to center field. That's going to get all the way out of here. Home run, Kylie Doffelt. Way to go, KD. Hottest bat on the team. Great job, kid. Put it on the board. Comets score. I wish I had somebody running the camera so we could just zoom in on some of that stuff. Awesome job. Charlie Howard up to bat. Comets lead 2-0 after the long ball from Kylie Doffel. One away here for your Comets. Chuck, also a very dangerous hitter. That one's going to get ripped. That's going to get in there for a base hit. She's going to round first. Nice job, Charlie. Have yourself a day, young lady. Going to get a pinch runner for her. Liv G comes off the bench. Speedster. Jay Kivy up to bat. My player of the game from the other night, but you could argue she could be the player of the game every game, just defensively.
Now batting for West Liberty, number 28, Jaylene Kivy.
One out here in the bottom of the second for the Comets. One run already in. Got a runner on first. Kivy squares up to bunt. Gets this. Oh, what? There was a play at second base. God, I wish I had a camera person. That was very, very close. She easily could have been out, but the ball gets away from the shortstop, ends up out in left field. So Liv's going to be in at second safely. Runner in scoring position for Kivy. That's going to be up in the zone. Liv getting a big lead over there. Sets, delivers. Going to be a slow roller. That's going to get away from the catcher. Can't quite make it on the throw down to third. Garcia's going to be in safe. Two balls, one strike. That one's going to get hit right down the third base line. Throw over to first in time, but not going to get the play at home. Nice job, Jay. Two away for the Comets, but two on the board in the bottom of the second. Comets lead 3-1. Back to the top of the lineup. Bryn Cassidy up to bat. Here's the pitch. Going to miss on the outside. She really thought about hammering that pitch, but she wants it on the inside. She likes to pull the ball a lot. Here's the pitch. That one's going to get just chopped down to third base. Going to be a tough play. Wheels over there from Cassidy. Not going to be in time. 3 outs, but not before the Comets can score 2.
Anamosa 0. Coming up for the Raiders is Brophy, Ref in Cunningham.
I want a mouse, Rance. I want a mouse. I don't do well with this stuff. This little pad thing. Big hit from Kylie Doffeld in the last inning, followed up by a great hit from Charlie. Scored 1. Decent crowd here on a Saturday for an early game. Looks like Jason Cassidy working the grill at the concession stand. No baseball action today here at the Comet Plex, so just us softballers.
Top of 3 for Anamosa, number 21, Bree Brophy.
Pearson playing over towards third quite a bit. Here's the pitch. Going to get off the end of the bat right to the freshman Escobedo. Easy play, 1 away.
Off the bat, number 2, Izzy Rex.
Coach Hall reminding the team that we are now at the top of the lineup. 3-0 Comets. One away here in the top of the third. Gonna be a great. He called. If you're watching at home, I think he called that a strike before it crossed the plate, but it was, ooh, that's gonna miss just on the inside. No umpiring today, Norm? What about tomorrow? No tournaments tomorrow. Travel softball season starting to wind down. That one's going to get lifted. Foul, out of play. Heads up out there. I read something the other day that said that restaurants are packed on Mother's Day and empty on Father's Day. The only thing that gets packed on Father's Day, the golf course. Little over, gonna hard hit ball to shortstop. Throw's gonna pull Escobedo off the bag. We got a runner on first, one away. Not the cleanest of defensive plays. Anamosa coach enthusiastic about his batter. No balls, no strikes, Toby. Now, one strike. Charlie sets in. Delivers. That one's going to get lifted. That's going to be right to Sully. A little movement left to right. 2 away for the Comets.
Brings up number 22, Rebecca Graham.
3-hitter up now. One on, 2 outs. Comets up 3-0, top of the third. Swing and a miss. There. We got a steal on Kivy. Low in the zone pitch. Kivy didn't handle it all that well. Good throw down. Nobody was expecting it. Gonna have to start expecting it. Ooh, gets the call on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. If she gets another strikeout here, we're gonna capitalize the K and Chuck. Ball gets away from her. He had a pitch to burn there. Defense is definitely ready if that runner wants to try to advance to third. Not a lot of steals on this team, so something they have to prepare for. That's going to be a ball. Strategy by Charlie out there. Give her your best pitch here, kid. Howard rocks, fires. That's going to get through the legs of Kylie Collins. Going to get out to left field. So now another hit for the Blue Raiders, and we got runners on the corners. Tough play for the junior.
Next up, number 8, Lauren Hines.
It's the 4-hitter. Yeah. Clean up. Runners on the corners. Going to get a pinch runner. Charlie gets the sign from Coach Hall. Jay setting up on the outside corner. Pitch out. Didn't take the bait. Didn't try to get to second base. 2 away. 1 ball, no strikes. Jay again setting up on that outside corner. That one's going to get lifted out to center field. Tough play, but Sully Hall makes it look easy. Just like that, folks. No score for the Blue Raiders. Comet defense comes through once again. Great pitching by Charlie Howard. Great defense around her. A little bit of movement by Sully out there, so it wasn't right to her. She had to pick it up early. That looked like it could have maybe even got down before it got to her there for a second. She played it well. Are we on Norm's playlist right now, or is this Pearson's playlist? I approve Norm's playlist. Good throwdown on the warm-ups. So if anybody out there is listening, you want to check that GoFundMe for Norm's Bubble Braid Fund, let me know. Give me an update on where we're at with that.
Number 8, Sully Hall.
Go Unicorn. Sully Hall stepping in. Apparently she's a unicorn. Good play by Sully to end that last inning. Let's get that bat hot here. Oh, swing and a miss. That was an off-speed pitch. She got out ahead of that one. She probably could have swung twice. Bottom of the third. I'll get that corrected. No balls, 1 strike to the sophomore. Junior to be. His school's over. 1-1. Sets, delivers. Going to lay down the bunt. That's going to get away. Just foul. Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Comets lead 3-0. Bottom of the third. Rocks fires. That one's going to get away. Up in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Going to get away from her outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat here for Sully Hall. Just waiting on her pitch. Got out ahead of an off-speed pitch, but other than that, she's got a great eye up there. That one's going to get up in the zone. That's going to get just chopped. Rolled her hands over on that one. Hits it down to the first baseman. Easy play. 1 away.
Brings up number 25, Pearson
Now,
Hall.
Pearson Hall up to bat. The ever dangerous Hall Collins back-to-back combination. That one's out off the plate. Pearson lifts it to center field. Just short of the warning track. Going to be out number 2.
Up for West Liberty, it's number 1, Kylie Collins.
Kylie Collins up to bat. 2 away, nobody on. She is definitely in the backside of that box. Still gets it in on the hands. Going to lift that one right to the pitcher. 1, 2, 3, go your Comets in the third. 3-0 going into the top of the fourth. Pearson just getting a little bit of coaching every single time. After every at-bat, Pearson's always going over, talking to Coach Hall. What did I do wrong? What did I do right? I've said it on the broadcast before. I've been around a lot of kids, coached a lot of sports. That young lady is the most coachable human being on the planet. She wants to be coached. She wants to know. She wants to learn. She wants to know the why, not just the how. How about Chuck today, huh? Killing it out there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I'm going to try to be a little dynamic for everybody. I'm getting boos. I'm getting boos in the crow's nest for saying I want to try to do dynamic things.
Starting off the fourth inning, number 19, Leah Harris.
Bottom half of the lineup. 6-hitter, number 5. Charlie Howard sets in. That's going to hit the... Nope, not going to... You know, umpires should just listen to me. I've said that for years. 1 ball, no strikes. You hear that, Norm? I'll tell you what balls and strikes are. That's going to be just off the plate inside. Going to bounce up, get away from Kibbe. Charlie's done a good job of getting some ground balls and pop flies, and has got her fair share of strikeouts. She's sitting at 3 right now. I'm going with, before the game's over, that's going to get called strike. Nice pitch, kid. That's hitting your spots. I'm going to go with, she's got 3, it's the 4th. I'm going to say 6 strikeouts. That's my prediction. Comets win if Charlie gets 6 strikeouts. That one's going to get hit on the ground. Over to Pearson. Throw over to first. In time. 1 away for the Comets.
Up to bat, number 12, Crystal Markin.
Getting to the bottom half of the lineup here for the Blue Raiders. Charlie had some success seeing them the first time. Hopefully that keeps up. Nobody on, 1 out. We were all waiting for that call, didn't get it. Wasn't dynamic enough because I missed that play. I was busy. Damn. It's not easy doing all 3. Pitch. That's going to get hit down to Collins. She's going to make the throw over to first. In time. 2 away. I'm going to zoom back out because I can't do all of this. If you're listening at home and are bored and you want to come down and run the camera or the computer and do color commentary, I'm all in. The more the merrier. And you could take over administration for Norm's GoFundMe page. Here's the pitch from Howard. That's going to get hit out to left field. Cassidy, couple steps, makes the play. 3 outs. Another great inning by the sophomore Howard. Nobody reaches base. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Comets 3-0. I think we have a volunteer to start the GoFundMe page, Norm. Yeah. Amy Cassidy. She doesn't have anything else to do. Amy Cassidy. No, she's going to run the GoFundMe for you. Yeah. It's getting way too real for Norman up here in the crow's nest now. No pressure, Amy, if you're still listening. Mallory Wolf's going to be up to bat for the Comets. Hot stick early in the week, but again, the Comets, everybody struggled the last 2 games, but she was killing the ball down in Kelowna against Mid-Prairie on Monday. Wolf followed by Bell. That one's going to get hit out to center field. That has a chance to get down. Hits the fence. That's going to be a stand-up single. First pitch to Mal Wolf. There we go. We're going to get a pinch runner for the designated player, Mallory Wolf. Molly G is going to take over. Mallory doesn't really argue that she never gets to run the bases.
Up to bat for Comets, number 22, Addie Bell.
Addie Bell, hard hit ball, her first at bat, just right to the left fielder. Let's see if we can put something in play here. Get the speedster Garcia. Oh, check swing, going to be popped up right back to the pitcher. First pitch swinging, kind of. Pitch was up in the zone. She thought about it. She pulled back and just unfortunately made contact with it. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 4th. You're going to throw to Kylie Daufelt because you don't know any better. Ooh, swing and a miss. Molly had a throw down on her at first, but was able to get back in time. 1 ball, or excuse me, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out on the Comets. Here's the pitch. Inside, swing and a miss. That one kind of hesitated a little bit. Probably could have swung 2 or 3 times before it got there, but no contact was made. I think she's got Kylie guessing right now. But if she makes a mistake, she will pay. That one's going to get away from her outside. Another throw down to Garcia. She's going to be in there safely, no problem. Here's the pitch to Daufelt. That one's going to be yet another changeup. Freezes her, gets her guessing out there. Reaching for that one. 2 outs.
Number 5, Charlie Howard.
Chuck Howard up to bat. Real good hit. Her first at bat. That one's inside pitch. That's going to be fouled out of play towards the concession stand. And do we have kids? Yep, there's a kid going to get it. No popsicles or produce for the kids today from Toby. The panel van is not here. Here's the pitch. That's going to get hard hit down the third base line. Tough play from her knees, but makes it in anyway. 3 away. That's going to turn it over. Top of the 5th. Comets don't get any runs there, leaving a runner stranded. Game's going by pretty quick. Being in the 5th inning, we're only 50 minutes in. I might have time to go to Artie's and get some breakfast. Speaking of going somewhere in West Liberty, I lost my sponsor sheet. Tonight and all season long, West Liberty Softball is sponsored by Iowa City Orthodontics. At Iowa City Orthodontics, our goal is to provide the highest quality treatment orthodontics has to offer while truly keeping the patient's needs and desires in mind. We realize that every person is different. We will do our very best to tailor what each person wants and needs. Contact our Iowa City office at 319-338-7931 or Muscatine at 563-263-1000. Thank you, Iowa City Orthodontics, for your continued support of West Liberty High School girls softball. Had a good conversation with Brad Akers of Robertson Real Estate in the driveway last night. He's always listening in. Probably, maybe not this morning. Maybe he is. Probably sitting in a truck driving down the road, watching it illegally. Charlie sets, fires. That's going to be a great pitch. Didn't get the call, but a great pitch. Tough to lay off if you're the hitter. Buckled her knees, but didn't get her to swing. Pitch out from Charlie. 2 balls, no strikes. So who plays next? Durant and Anamosa. There's a comebacker right to Charlie. Easy play over to Escobedo. 1 away. How many minutes, Norm? I'm sorry. 33 minutes left to play. We are timed because it is a tournament. Yeah, it's an official game because we are in the 5th. Again, the teams here today, Anamosa, Lisbon, Durant, and the Comets. Going to miss that one on the outside corner. It's going to be ball 1. Here's the pitch. Going to be up. Ball 2. Some activity going on over in the new batting cages and the bullpen over there. So nice to have those up and running now. Pitch from Howard. Going to be down low. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Howard. That's going to get the inside corner. Strike 1. Great pitch. She was taken all the way. Charlie's still saying, hey, see where this one lands up. But 3 strikeouts for Howard in her varsity debut. Here's the pitch. That's going to get called strike 2. Good pitch from Howard. No even attempt to swing by the hitter. Let's do that again. Let's rope it backwards this time. Howard sets, delivers to the full count pitch. That one's going to get hit. That's going to be out of play, foul ball. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That's going to draw the walk. Leadoff walk. Excuse me, not leadoff walk. Second batter walks for the Blue Raiders. Back to the top of the lineup. 1 out, 1 on. Comets 3-0 lead. Bounces that one in there for a ball. Just not quite hitting her spots this inning. She'll get it corrected. Here's the pitch. Fouled to the other batter's box. Mom's not watching Charlie, so She wants you to throw a strike here. Here's the pitch. That's going to get called strike 2. You don't have to watch, Katie. You can still listen. One out, one on, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Comets 3-0 in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yes, she was watching, and she said she had to stop watching. The reason I'm doing this broadcast, Katie, is because you asked me to. So the least you could do is watch it. Here's the pitch. That looked good here, but not going to get the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. I want a inside changeup. But Jay's going to set up on that inside corner. That one's going to get hit. That's a hard hit ball to center field. Going to get past Pearson. Got runners on first and second. Ball gets away from Addy. Runner does not advance. 2 on, 1 out.
Next up for Anamosa, number 4, Reagan Cunningham.
Number 2 hitter here. So we are firmly in the top of the batting order. Their 3rd time through seeing Charlie today. That's going to be called strike 1. Let's get a ground ball here, Charlie. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ball out to center field. Sully camping under it. No attempt at a tag up. 2 away for the Comets.
Made by Sully Hall for out number 2.
Good job, Charlie.
Now batting number 22, Rebecca Graham.
3 hitter up for Charlie. She's had some pretty good at bats today. Pitch on the outside. Not going to get the call. The Anamosa coach reminding his players to be on their horse. And they are the Blue Raiders. I don't see any horses, though. One ball, no strikes. Going to be on the inside corner. Good stop by Jay. Everybody stays put. Amy, your sister and your mom are here. You're still watching. I'll tell them you said hi. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be hard hit out between center and right field. That's going to score at least 1. Trouble in the outfield. Probably going to make the turn. Not going to be in time to make a play at home. We got a runner on second. And the Blue Raiders are on the board 3-2. That's 2 games in a row where we just had a hard time handling the ball out there right in that spot. After the game's over, I'm going to walk out there and make sure there's not a hole or something like that we need to mark as ground under repair. Charlie delivers. He's going to get that call. Starts him off, strike 1. Going to get a courtesy runner. And the high-five exchange between the girl that came off the diamond and the girl on deck was a fail. Both ended up on the ground. Feeling really sorry for Norm. As I look around, we got the other teams warming up. There's a lot of bubble braids out here, buddy. Probably. You gonna be okay? He's gonna be okay, folks. 1 on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Charlie. That's actually going to squirt by and get away from Kivy. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Now we got a runner on third. Tying run on third for the Blue Raiders. Here's the pitch. Down. 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, Coach Hall calling timeout. Going to have a brief conversation with the youngster out on the mound. Amy has officially resigned as the administrator of Norm's GoFundMe page. She said she'd rather stick to the concession stand. Much easier for her. Norm took that to heart. If anybody else wants to be the admin, let me know. So we got Durant and Lisbon both warming up, ready to take over the field here. How many minutes we got left, Norm? 24 minutes left in our timed ball game here. 3-2, Comets lead. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Howard sets, delivers. That's going to get hit down. Pearson backhands, long throw over, across. Great play. Strong throw from the senior, getting that third out. Raiders get 2. Comets still lead 3-2. Going into the bottom of the 5th. Who we got coming up? Kylie was the last out. So now, yeah, we got Jaylene, and then we're back to the top of the lineup. Love it. Same pitcher on the mound for Anamosa. It is such a nice day. I like morning games better than night games. Can we just make that a thing? Maybe I'll just start broadcasting the junior high games because those are in the morning. Looks like maybe we made some defensive changes for Anamosa. Can't quite tell. Don't have a roster, but coach going over some stuff with the umpire. Umpire making sure he's got his notes correct. Jay's going to lead us off. Bottom of the 5th. Bryn Cassidy is on deck, which means Sully's in the hole. Pearson right behind her. Kylie Collins after that. I want to see them all bat in this inning. They do that from time to time, so but not now. Jay swinging a miss on first pitch, strike 1. We are swinging at a lot of first pitches today. Here's the delivery. That one's going to get up, in on the hands, and Jay. She knows she just missed that one. 2 strikes to Kivy. Those hands out first. That one's going to get lifted up. It's going to be a tough play right along the dugout. Nobody can make the catch. Umpire letting the on-deck batter know that you're going to want to get out of the way with a foul ball. Bryn's like, I didn't see it. Didn't know anything about it. My bad. Not shocked that Bryn didn't know where that ball was. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be a floater, but Kivy started her swing early, held off, still early. Speed is been an issue for the Comets here. That one's going to be up in the zone. Just missed with the swing. One away. Top of the lineup coming up for the Comets, Bryn Cassidy.
Now up number 3, Bryn Cassidy.
Looking for something big here for the junior to be. She's due for a nice solid hit. Home run, ground rule double, stand-up double, something. First pitch going to be called strike. Sets, delivers. Cassidy reached for that one, pulls it down to the left fielder. Just a couple steps away, makes the play. 2 outs for the Comets. We're struggling a bit with the slower pitchers. We need some more velocity. Again, this is our 3rd time through the lineup. We should be talking about being patient, getting up in the box, pushing things down the lines. Sully Hall steps in. Ball 1 to the lefty. Comets 3, Blue Raiders 2. Bottom of the 5th. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Push bunt. That's going to be just out of reach for the catcher. Excellent attempt at a play. Great first movement by that catcher. Just past the outstretched hands. That was impressive. One ball, 2 strikes. That one's going to get popped right between shortstop and center field. Exactly what she needed to do. Waited on that pitch, just stuck the bat out there, didn't even need to make a full swing. Just pop it over the infield's head. Runner on first. Big sister Pearson up to bat. I might be wrong, but I think Pearson switched bats. That one's going to get lifted straight out to shortstop. Easy play, camped underneath it. 3 outs. No runs for the Comets in the 5th. Tired of saying no runs for the Comets. Top of the 6th. What do we got for time left, Norman? I'm going to say less than 18. 16 minutes. Let's hold them here. Make it quick. Get up. I don't know, put 5 runs on the board. Call it a day. Good warm-ups from Charlie out there. Got a little snap going on with it. That's a good sign. Chuck works very, very hard. Lots of pitches every single week. So the one thing I do not have any concern about with her on the mound, even in her first varsity game, is stamina. She's going to be out there. It's been a quick game, so hasn't had a lot to deal with, not a lot of adversity. Gave up a couple runs. Blue Raiders have 5 hits, but she's been putting the ball where she needs to. Defense has been making some plays, helping her out. Conference is over between the coaches and the umpires. Charlie gets the call from Coach Hall. Sets, delivers. Strike one, right. She has started off with strike one so much today. Love that for her. Sets, delivers. Going to bounce just in front of the plate for a ball. She's missed on that pitch quite a bit. I'd maybe stop calling it. Sets, delivers. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's not going to get called a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. I really like the new camera angle, Travis. Right behind home plate is way better than over in the corner. You can see so much. Just wish I had a camera person. That's going to get called strike on the inside corner. Looked like it was in the batter's box. It was occupying space with the batter, but we'll get the call. Charlie rocks, fires. Going to be fouled back. Nope, straight up to Jay, who makes the play. Makes it look easy. 1 out for the Comets. Tough play.
Now batting number 12, Crystal Martin.
Same defensive alignment for the Comets. We got Cassidy in left field, Sully Hall in center, Daufeld in right, Escobedo's on first, Bell on second, Pearson at shortstop, Kylie Collins at third, Kivy behind the mound, or behind the plate. Ball going to be upstairs. One ball, no strikes, 1 away. Top of the 6th inning. Pretty dangerous hitter, I believe, here. That one's going to be ripped right up the middle. She's going to be on first with a 1-out single. Getting a courtesy runner out.
Next up for Anamosa, number 17, Kendall Keel.
Bottom of the lineup. 7-hitter up to bat. Displaying her ghost bat up there. That one's going to get away. Bounces off the umpire. Gets away from Kivy. Runner's going to advance to second on the ball. Let's go, Chuck. Sets, delivers with a runner on second. That one's going to be lifted out to right field. Play is going to be made by the freshman Daufeld. Good communication out there. Then we got a throw in as the runner was taken off for third. She's in there safe, so we got a runner in scoring position.
Now batting number 7, Ariana Davies.
2 outs. Number 8 hitter. Rocks, fires. Right back up the middle. Easy play for Charlie. Over to Escobedo. 3 outs. Nice job, Charlie. Good job getting out of that inning, kid. Bottom of the 6th, Comets up 3-2. Probably somewhere around 12 minutes left, I'm guessing. We got Softball action again this afternoon. We're going to have the Lisbon game on. I think it's slated for 2:15, but it's a softball tournament, guys, and they usually play a little bit ahead. So we'll be back on the air sometime around that 2:15 mark, but might be a little bit early. I will be more prepared for the second game than I was the first game. Not enough coffee this morning. Kylie Collins is going to lead it off for the Comets, followed by Mallory. Pitcher's still back out on the mound. I don't have a roster, otherwise I would call her by name, but we're 6 innings in. We don't think it matters now. That one's going to be in off the hands, right to the third baseman. One away. First pitch swing again for the Comets. We're not making good contact. Just not casting our hands, but we're certainly not getting the barrel of the bat on the ball. And that's everybody. Here's the pitch to Wolf. She's going to get strike one looking. I should say everyone but Dahlfeld. She's been torching the ball. Mallory steps in as a designated player today. Here's the pitch. Be ball outside. Wonder if she's going to pitch the second game or if Kylie's going to get the start. She's been pitching a lot, doing really good, so she might need a break this weekend from it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. That's going to be an inside pitch, but called strike 2. Look good. Our right-handed batters tend to smother the plate, so we're not going to get a lot of those calls. She sets in. Wolf waits on that one, but not long enough. Strike 2, or still strike 2. Foul ball down the left field, down the third base line. One ball, 2 strikes to Mallory. Addie Bell on deck. Here's the pitch. Inside pitch again, off the hands and early. Let's get a hit here, Mallory. That one's going to be left up. That's a hit out to left field. Going to be a tough play, but caught on the run for out number 2. Good play. Parents are very excited about it. Good jump on the ball. Ran right to it. Had a chance to get down, but good play by the left fielder. Now batting senior Addie Bell. Here's the pitch. First pitch swing, foul. 2 outs on the Comets. Addie Bell up to bat. Kylie Dahlfeld on deck. We could use a couple runs. Comets are accustomed to scoring in bunches with 2 outs. That one's going to be hard hit. That's going to get in there for an easy double for Addie Bell. Nice job, kid. Great hit. That's how we do it. Addie's going to be on second base. Kylie Dahlfeld up to bat.
Coming up now for the Comets is number 9, Kylie Dahlfeld.
Let's put a couple more on the board. How about another home run here, young lady? No pressure. That pitch is going to float way outside. I think this pitcher's got to be pretty young. Her velocity isn't all that high when she's throwing fastballs, but her changeup is really slow. Swing and a miss. Dahlfeld took her eye off that ball. Got to have your eyes on it. Got to see it to hit it. think she's heard that once or twice in her life. All the way up in the front of the box is Doffelt. On the line, in fact. Oop, that's going to be an inside pitch. Almost hit her. Rather have her in the box than on the base. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to the freshman. And that's going to bounce in there for ball 3. 3-1 count. If we get a bunch of runs here, we are going to start calling these kids the Cardiac Comets because they score tons with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That was going to be ball 4. Looked good. Looked like a good pitch. Would have been a tough call either way, but favor goes to the freshman. 2 on for the Comets. 2 outs. Charlie Howard up to bat. We're going to get a courtesy runner for Addie Bell. Liv G will be trotting out there. The Garcia girls are fast. They are just so fast out there. They are a true asset and a good weapon to have. I haven't looked at the stats, but I'll see how many runs those girls have. It's a lot. Umpire making sure he has his notes correct. Charlie sets in, ready to rip one. Sets, fires. That's going to be up in the zone. That pitch is hard to judge. Really comes in there looping and they're really slow. That one's going to be up in the zone. Charlie chases. Going to be strike 2. She knows better. Mad at herself for that one. Two outs, no balls, 2 strikes. That one's going to be hit down the line, but going to go foul. We are so far ahead of all of these pitches. We're reaching for everything. Everybody needs to talk to Sully. She half swung, popped one right over the shortstop's head. That's all we need to do. Just put the bat on the ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Howard. Comet strand 2 as we head into the 7th, clinging to that 1-run lead. Looks like we got 1 minute, 40 seconds left of game time. We're going to finish the inning. So 3 outs coming up. Doffelt's going to take over duties on the mound for Howard. Still doesn't answer the question who's getting the start in the second game. Guess we're going to keep you guessing until we get here. Excuse me. Choking there. So it looks like Charlie's going to take over in right field as Kylie steps onto the mound. Well, pretty good start for Charlie. 6 hits, 3 strikeouts. Gave up 2 runs, but getting a lot of ground balls, a lot of pop flies. She did pretty good. Doffelt, not very sharp on her warm-up pitches here. Let's hope that doesn't translate to live hitting.
Now pitching for the Comets is number 9, Kylie Doffelt.
Got the number 9 hitter coming up And we're back to the top of the lineup. Good time for a pitching change.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 21, Bree Brophy.
Got to get 3 outs. New pitcher. Little strategy played by Coach Hall. Kylie sets, delivers. First pitch strike. Nine Watson. Ooh, threw the changeup. Tried to chase it, but she thought better of it at the last second. Sets, delivers. Pitch high and outside. That's not where Jay wanted it. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. That's going to get called on the inside corner. Great pitch. She was taking that all the way. Give her another one of those. Jay and Kylie get the call. See where Jay sets up on this one. Down the middle. Pitch out. Not trying to hit the corner there. Just trying to get her to chase something. Umpire says 3 balls, 2 strikes. I'll update the scoreboard. Kylie rocks and fires. Fouled back. Give her your best pitch here, kid. High and inside. Then a strike. Then 2 balls out. Sets, delivers. Foul ball, back out of play, off the fence. Basket catch for Kivy. Doesn't count, though. In softball or basket weaving. Three balls, 2 strikes. Hitters worked a pretty good count here. Here's the pitch. Fouled again. She's got the timing down. And she's swinging. Look for something off speed. Pretty disciplined hitter up there, so she knows what she's doing. Pitch from Doffelt. That's going to be popped up down the third base line. Collins is there to make the play. Good at bat for the pitcher. Didn't give up. Kept coming after her. Didn't lose the battle. Got the pop fly. Time is expired, but we're going to finish the inning. Comet's up 3-2, 1 out. Kylie sets, delivers. First pitch changeup. It is definitely not working right now. Kylie gets the call, sets in, rocks and fires, swing and a miss. Comet Activities Network sponsors Robertson Real Estate, South 6 Trucking, Iowa City Orthodontics, Wheelie Chevrolet, West Liberty Athletic Booster Club, Feldman Performance, C.A. Jones Trucking, West Liberty Golf and Country Club, where I will be shortly, Active Health, Collins Concrete, Blaze Fitness, as we get strike 2 rung up, and Iowa City Tire. And Norm's GoFundMe page is now sponsoring the Comet Activities Network. Here's the pitch. That looked good. Going to be a little bit low. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He does like him low and inside. Got to use that to your advantage. They haven't been swinging at those inside pitches either. Neither team has. But he's calling them, ringing them up on strikes every time. There's going to be right on time strikeout for Kylie Doffelt. 2 away here. That gets another K.
Now batting number 4.
It's for the team, not just the pitcher. So 4 strikeouts for the Comet pitchers tonight, today, this morning, whatever time it is. 2 outs. Doffelt delivers, gets that outside corner again. Strike 1. Great placement of the pitch. If he's giving it to you, take it. Doffelt deals. That's going to be outside, but a swing. She could not help herself. Good pitch out by Kylie to draw the second strike in the at-bat. 0-2 pitch. Jay sets up on that outside corner. Throws it outside. Good pitch. Yeah, that's exactly right. Toby says live there. If he's giving it to you, you just hit that spot every time. Get that call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Another pitch on the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just working that corner. See if she goes back to something off speed here. And swing! Strike 3. That's going to do it, folks. Comets win 3-2 in the opener against Anamosa. Great game, great hard-fought game. Still, bats are just not as hot as they have been. Looking for that to change. Maybe not today, but certainly this week. Great game, great start for Charlie Howard. Kylie Doffelt going yard. It's always fun to watch. Good game by the Comets. We're going to wrap things up here for the morning broadcast, but we will be back here this afternoon. Again, game time starts supposed to be 2:15. We're probably looking to go on the air a little bit before 2, I would say. So just check back in with us. We'll try to update the Facebook posts so everybody knows if we're running ahead of time. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully get to hear from you a little bit later. From the Cometplex, I am Andy Miller. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see you shortly.